Hey y'all, I told y'all that this week, once I got my feelings and my thoughts all together, that I was going to come on and I was going to do a story time. And basically, this story time is a note to my college graduate daughter. I don't even know, even in this moment, if I'm still able to articulate how I'm feeling and where all the emotion is coming from. However, I just said, you know what, don't procrastinate about it, because if I was gonna wait on it, y'all probably would never get it. However, since it's so fresh and it's still so surreal, I just decided to go ahead and, you know what, just do it. Just do it. And why not do it with a get ready with me? So if I mess up my makeup, I can fix my makeup while I'm in the process of doing it. Do you feel me? So let's try this, and here we go. So a lot of you may wonder where all this emotion comes from when I speak on Jasmine graduating from college. Well, if you've been riding with me since day one, and for those new Eclecticnistas, you may not know this. However, you can always go back and look and watch. When I told the story of how I told my mother I was pregnant, and then also the story about my college experience. If you go back and watch those two story times, and y'all, it's more than one video because that was like back in the day, a year ago to be exact. Go check them out. It's probably like 2 parts, maybe 3 in some situations. But if you go back, you will clearly understand where all of this emotion is coming from. And I have to start it off by saying that the one thing that I struggled with, even younger than Jasmine, let's go back to 17, 18 years old, being a young girl, you know, was wanting something so bad. To y'all, I fought the hardest person that I could fight at the time, and that was my mother, about me going to college. So when it came time for Jasmine to go to college, there was no fight. There was no debate. There was no argument. It just was, you know, I just hope that this is something that you want to do. It comes a time in your life when you're growing up, you don't want people telling you what you have to do, what you're gonna do, what you better do. And in my situation and how I was raised, that was the one thing I had to fight with my mother about, because my mom really didn't understand the whole importance of why you got to go to college. She wanted me to go to beauty school, y'all. She wanted me to be a cosmetologist, but that's what she wanted me to be. That's not what Stephanie wanted to be. I wanted to be a lawyer. Looking back on that now, that probably wasn't my passion at the time, but when you just are dreaming of like this dream job and this career and this lifestyle that you want to have, sometimes you got to dream big. And who knew that, you know, I would not finish. So to say that much, you know, for my daughter to be able to graduate high school and be able to go to college and not have to fight with me and her father about where she went to school at, how far it was. And to be honest, we wanted her to have some distance from us due to the fact that that's the only way she was going to grow. Let's face it. If you're right down the street from us, like I was right down the street from my mom. It didn't really give me an opportunity to grow and to be the young woman and to develop and to struggle like she did. And, you know, it was hard for Jasmine leaving us when she first went off to college due to the fact that she had never been without us. And as a mother, when Jasmine got ready to go to college, I experienced some serious like separation anxiety, just due to the fact that I wasn't ready, I wasn't equipped, I don't know. I just know that I wanted something for her that I didn't have. And I just wanted my parent to be happy that this is something that I wanted to do. And if I'm going to be entirely honest with myself, at that time, I didn't think my mother was happy about me going to college. Y'all, I got accepted to Clark Atlanta. I got accepted to Bethune-Cookman. At Bethune-Cookman, I actually had a band scholarship to go to Bethune-Cookman. And like, my heart's desire was going to Clark Atlanta. I wanted to be a Clark Atlanta girl. I wanted to pledge, aka I wanted to do all of that, but she shut it down immediately. And y'all know college applications ain't cheap. They wasn't cheap then and they ain't cheap now, okay? But to be done spent all this money applying for colleges and then you get accepted and then you have your mindset on what you want to do, where you want to go. Your parent is the one that's holding you back. So right there, that's where it starts. I didn't hold her back, me nor her father. We wanted Jasmine to go a distance. We didn't want her right up the street from us because she could have went to VSU when she found out that we was moving to Valdosta. She wanted to go to Georgia Southern. However, I think her ACT scores weren't high enough at the time to go to Georgia Southern. So she said that she was going to do her 2 years at Savannah and then she was going to transfer her junior year. Everything Jasmine set out to do, she did. And when I tell y'all, just the strength alone of her being able to pack her stuff up and get ready to go be a freshman at Savannah State University. I remember the day that we dropped her off and we were there the whole weekend, y'all. You know, it was a family affair. Just the preparation, you know, I had to hold my emotions back because I was not ready for my baby to just go. I wasn't ready. But during that time, y'all, because I felt like there was something not quite, you know, making me be able to cope with it, y'all, I had to go seek therapists. I'm not going to even lie. And it was with me dealing with separation anxiety from her. Jasmine has been on my hip since I had her. Y'all know the whole story. Like I said, if you've watched those videos, you know the whole story of, you know, how I found out I was pregnant and how at the time I wasn't ready to be a mother. But once I became a mother, once she was birthed into this world, everything just became about her. Here it is to always have this girl by your side. And now she's gonna go. It's just, it was hard. But I couldn't let her see that because she wouldn't have left. And y'all was like, well, she left, so how can you be so sure that she wouldn't have left? I could just tell y'all that the day we left Jasmine and we pulled off was the hardest day for not just me, but for her dad too. He was in the car trying to be this manly man and not cry and not show emotion. Yet he showed it in the car. He didn't show it in front of her. And y'all, I had to walk away from Jasmine and not cry in her face because I knew it was going to make it that much harder for her. So if you watch the graduation vlogs, y'all already know that, you know, Jasmine had a special charm on her Pandora bracelet that represented the family bond. And it's because, y'all, we have a bond that is so strong and is so, our family literally is like this. You have to fight us to pull us away from one another. We love each other that much. And I just thank God that I have a small family, you know, just James, I, and the girls, and Rocky. I'm happy we have a small family because, like, to keep going through this with every single child, it would just be unreal for me. And that's being honest. So that was my first thing. My daughter didn't have to fight me to go to college. It was not even up for debate. She said she wanted to go. We just made sure that we fed her positive vibes. We fed her the will to do this. We fed her the trust in God. She will make it through. And Jasmine had her struggles with roommates and, you know, not meeting chicks that was like genuine and stuff like that. Thank God by the time her junior year came and she went to GSU, she met some really good roommates. And I give a shout out to Faith, Nivea, Janae. However, them four them three right there, they just made college life different for her once she met Kia. You know, y'all have already met Kia. It just was totally different, and I'm glad that she was able to establish some good, healthy relationships with other college women. So that's one thing that makes me emotional, is that she didn't have to fight us. The door was open, and we allowed her to walk in her own fate and make her own decisions. Now, the struggle. Jasmine always talked about the struggle is real. And yes, we have always been there for her. We've always been supportive. However, in order for children to learn how to financially be responsible, you have to let them, you have to allow them to struggle. Now, I know that she wasn't struggling to a point where, you know, she had to go strip and shake a little ass for a little change or anything like that. No, she probably thought about it, but nothing is never as bad as it seems. And sometimes you just have to ask yourself, is it something I need, or is it something I want? Yeah, we all want to go shopping on a daily basis. We all want to be, you know, parlaying like, you know, we balling out and all of this. But let's face it, y'all, when you're in college, that ain't the objective. The objective is to go there, get your education, have some fun, turn up some, and I'm being a realist, okay, and enjoy the experience. But the objective, the main objective, is to finish, which leads me to this next thing. It's so much more emotional because Jasmine went to school, and Jasmine did something and majored in something that she's always loved as a young girl, which is fashion. I think she should have minored in photography, because that's another love and another passion that she has. Even videography, it's a whole nother passion that she has as well. That's so why she started YouTube. And I'm happy that, you know, she found things that she actually really loved to do and was happy with doing, you know what I'm saying? My daughter started something and she finished it. I was a sophomore in college, first semester sophomore to be exact. So I didn't even complete my sophomore year because I got pregnant with Jasmine, and 9 months later we had her. Then 4 months after we had her, James went into the military. I was going through a struggle too, y'all, just dealing with being a new mother, being a new wife, living with my mother until my husband sent for me to move to Hawaii. And it was just a struggle all in itself. And now that Jasmine is back home with us, you know, the focus and the objective is for her to start a career, for her to spread her wings and truly fly on her own. And when I say on her own, I mean, you know, she get her own car, Jasmine gets her own apartment. You know, I don't know if Jasmine plans on living here or going back to Atlanta when her father retires. However, whatever she plans on doing, that's the objective now. While she's here with us, I don't want her to feel like she has to struggle. At the same time, I want her to be a responsible young lady and just know that you don't live for free. And I know, like, she's looking for a full-time job, because if you can do it out there on your own while you stay with your parents, you working, you have to be able to contribute to the household. And I don't think we have to tell her that. I think that's like common sense. Like, she already knows that. Versus y'all, my mama, Lord have mercy, that lady, yep, and I already know she watching, but you know what, her doing what she did, it prepped me for a real life living. Y'all, my old girl, she just didn't play when it came to you thinking that you grown and you gonna live in her house for free. Nope, she said rent, she said make you pay the bill. So my mom, she did prepare me for what was to happen once I stepped out into this big ugly world. And so that's the one thing I don't think I'm gonna have to do with Jazz. It's just, Jazz is a different type of young lady, and She does understand the value of money. She understands that, you know, when you say you grown, you be grown. You feel me? And that's one thing that I'm not like pressed or worried about, because I just know we raised her. We raised her well. And yeah, I'm gonna have to give myself a pat on the back for that one right there. I'm gonna have to. However, once again, the emotion comes from this. To witness a young lady that you have raised from a little girl to now, to witness her completely living her dream, completing something that I started, yet I had to stop. And I could have went back to school, y'all. I could have. I tried the first 5 years that we were married and living in Hawaii and stuff like that. And this was before Congress finally passed the bill for a soldier or a military member to be able to transfer their benefits to their spouse or to a dependent, period. I was waiting for it, y'all. I was waiting for it because living in Hawaii, trying to go to school, school is going to be really, really expensive. The cost of living over there is already expensive. And when we did move back to the States and we moved to North Carolina, Fort Bragg, I finally started, well, at the time was a job, but who knew it would turn into a career. I had started a job that, y'all, when I went to interview with this woman, and I'll never forget her. Her name was Cheryl Foreman. I'll never forget her. Brand new trade secret store was getting ready to open, and it was getting ready to open at Pearl Ridge Mall, and she was looking for a manager candidate. I just remember when I went to the interview, I was going to the interview to interview for a beauty advisor, and I was happy, y'all. I was happy about that because everything just fell into place for us when this opportunity presented itself. Jazz was in school on base, daycare actually. Then I was looking for employment, and in 1997 they called me. I went, I interviewed, and y'all, this is when I realized I was something special. I've always known that. But to see in an employer's eyes that I was something special. She interviewed me for this position, and throughout this interview she said she was looking for a candidate to be the manager. And so she asked me, was that something I would be interested in? And of course I said yes. And she asked me, had I ever had any management experience? And I told her, on the job, no. However, I have managed to keep a household together. I've managed to raise my daughter with my husband, and we are parents, young parents that are over 1,000 miles away from their family. You know, I managed to keep it together. I've managed to do things without my husband present. Because if you're married to a soldier or a service member, you already know it's hard out here, okay? And sometimes you got to be that wife that could take charge and handle stuff in your husband's absence. And I've always been that wife from day one. James always knew that I would carry on and I would do what I needed to do far as our family is concerned. And I've never put us second. I've always put us first. And y'all, I remember when we first got married, you know, we struggled the first year and a half. We struggled like I don't know what. However, I was that one that said, before I send some money to some credit cards, I'm gonna make sure my damn lights on, okay? I'm gonna make sure I got food in my refrigerator. Because what you gonna do? Put my name in the credit bureau? Go right ahead. I'll call them myself and tell them. But I just was always going to make sure that our immediate needs in life were going to be met. And to just remember all the struggle that we went through when we first had Jasmine. To watch her graduate not just from high school, but to watch her graduate from college was just made me feel so full, to know that I may not have finished college, but that I got right. Raising my daughter, I got it right. Sometimes I used to feel like, what am I gonna do? Because there is no book on parenting. There's books now, parenting for dummies and stuff like that, but there's no real book to be the parent that I know I am. James and I have sacrificed a lot for our children, and plenty of Christmases we didn't get gifts to each other, but we always made sure they had. And the biggest reward that she could have possibly given me was her to complete a task that her mother didn't. It's one of the most beautiful moments that I can honestly say I can share with her. Is the day she graduated from Georgia Southern University. Some of y'all say, Steph, you can go back to school. You can do it and you can have a degree too. However, I'm going to be 100% honest with myself. I no longer want that. However, to see it through her and just to have witnessed all the steps, everything that she's had to go through as a college student, it's been beautiful to witness. And it's a memory that I will cherish forever. But for as me, I don't have patience, y'all. I don't have patience for it. And like I said, Jasmine completed something she started. That's also financially, that had to be paid for. So, yeah. That's not my heart's desire. My heart's desire is to get my business, Eclecticnista, up and running, full blast. And now I have a partner. I have a silent partner, and I have a very loud partner, which is Eclecticnista Jr. My husband is that silent partner. And I even have Jada. I have Jada to support me on this journey. And somebody said it, I'm pregnant with expectancy. And I am, because I just feel like now everything has come full circle. And everything that I wanted to do 10 years ago, God did not allow it to happen because it wasn't the time. They say everything happens in God's perfect timing, not ours. However, He fills my spirit with the spirit of expectancy, and therefore I already know it's coming. And guess what? Y'all are going to be a part of it to witness it all unfold. I'm ready now. I'm ready, and me going back to school, that's not something Stephanie wants to do. My daughter just did it for both of us. And y'all heard me say, right? That's our degree. It is. And it's something that I will forever be able to share with her. Next thing is, now I got to put her to work with it. And I ain't talking about y'all. Yeah, temporarily she might have to go work for somebody else's company, but Jasmine gonna be heading up Eclecticnista and running things, and me and Daddy could just sit back and let her and Jada do this. My legacy is bigger than me being my own CEO. My legacy is knowing that I can love someone so much that she believes in herself, and she believes that she can do it no matter how much she may have wanted to sometimes just give up and say this ain't for her. She did it. And I'm so very proud of you, Jasmine, for doing just that. So I hope y'all can understand this story time, because I know I've been all over the place because I've been stopping and going because y'all, our pipes wasn't frozen. The filter just needed to be cleaned. Yet I love that girl. I love both of them so very much. And I'm so proud of the woman that Jasmine also gets to present to Jada as well. to give her something to strive to be better. Jazz is a better woman to me, y'all, and I can honestly put it out there. She did it better than me. And I'm happy. I'm happy she did it better than me. She did some things that I got to witness firsthand through her. So kudos to her, and I'm looking forward to Jada's adventure. Jada's gonna do big things, and I see it too. She just, Jada just a little sometimes can get sidetracked. And with all children, they get sidetracked. Jazz got sidetracked too at one point. Yet always being able to reel them back in and get them back on track and get their ass focused. Y'all ain't gotta worry about me. I'm gonna be just fine. And I have a husband who loves and adores me and who is very supportive, and he got a wife that got his back. And we are just a ride or die family for one another. And when one got, we all got. So just like I said, that's our degree. It really is, y'all. Her name is Jasmine Long. Last time I checked, all our last names are Long. You feel me? On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. If you have a child that you're proud of, always let them know. Never ever let them walk around thinking that my parents never showed me how proud they were of me. It's okay to let them know. Because you never know what you're going to get out by just expressing that. They may be ready to make you proud and do something else. New chapters, new journeys for Jasmine. And me and James got little Jada to finish molding and prepping her for this big, ugly world out there. And she too will make us proud. So on that note, I'll see you guys in the next story time.